squad who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And the Canes will kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Wake Forest offense will get the first possession of the game. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
The quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter. But over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
There's just nothing doing on that last run. They knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On third down, going up top. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field, and they'll have their first possession. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back, and this defensive end can put him there often.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive, 1st and 10 from the 50. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Completes it in the middle. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Looking for room at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Cruz. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
The Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He shows you all of his ability on that TV.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find much room at all as he'll go out of bounds at the 12. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really really quickly. They need to put something together here, Bowman.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got
All kinds of running room. He's inside the 40. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. A deep tradition of backers who make plays and get after quarterbacks. Ray Lewis could do it all back in the day, just like this guy is.
Yeah, and they look the same, don't they? They look the part, just big, physical, huge guys, but the speed element always there, always in the backfield making plays.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you got to bow up. Nice job on 1st down stopping them. A couple more.
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Michael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Trying to take it back. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got some room to run. Past the 20. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 1st down here for the offense. Give to the single back. And that's a very productive 1st down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. And the Demon Deacons are threatening in the red zone. The give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. It is good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Got 5 on that last one now. How aggressive will they be on 2nd and inches? They'll run play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And now, and looks as if the offense was able to get back on top of the football. And yes, it could have been worse, but as it is, it's a safety. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, and that's how the 1st quarter will end. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. 1st down to start the drive after the break. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Quickly complete. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Not much there on the line. He gets 1 to the 31.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo there.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. Fires left. Got him downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. You get a guy who can do that on the outside, and it's sort of in the DNA of Miami's program.
Yeah, just speed. Those are guys that put fear in you. Those are the track stars. The Sunshine State produces so many of them. Those guys can absolutely fly.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. And the Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll just keep slinging it. Moves away as he feels pressure. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Canes are in the red zone.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Lost, the defense is wide open. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Here's the handoff. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab over the middle. Bust through behind his pad. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Wake Forest. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score it.
Oh, he gets downfield for the big catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And that ball is picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the gun, they give to the back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Getting some heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Well, this offensive line has got to do a better job. They've now given up way too many sacks. This poor quarterback is running for his life. They've got to shore up and do a better job on the offensive line.
Can anyone catch him? And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And how about this offense? What are you thinking as a defense right now? I'm thinking pass, bringing in guys, making sure I stay deep, playing for the pass, and they run the run right at him. Kind of catch him off guard, get the big yardage, big play, first down for this offense. Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. Nice toughness by that young man.
Into the end zone. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Fires it down the seam. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He's going to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Miami! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So the offense has done its job. They have the lead, and they'll secure it as we head to halftime. No surprise. Looks as if they'll be content just to head to the locker room. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. They're just about ready to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for
open runway ahead. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense in their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. On the move is the 30. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. He's up to 90 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Canes! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
They'll run it. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. As the defense comes out, they've got him pinned back, and listen to the roar of this crowd. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on 1st down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They're trying to get... He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect the quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He'll take another shot here. Makes the grab on the right. He's loose. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hurricane! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They'll try the run. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
On second down, looking to throw. Unloads it downfield. Got it! Touchdown, Miami! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. North Carolina ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those Carolina blue unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Off play action. Pocket starts to collapse. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling the quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Deacons are moving quickly down the field. He wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Spalding. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Deacons getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Power football with the run.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting over this block, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stop.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return with that small change. They take over at the 43. Offense working from the pistol. They'll leave it with him. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, they're getting beaten time and time again.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch past the sticks. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
You just can't allow that to happen defensively. It's 4th in California. You're in a big zone defense. Everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback. You can't let them pick that up. Somebody's got to make a play on the football, swat it away, get the interception, get off the field. What are we doing?
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
The Demon Deacons looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They'll give it to the back. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Well, the good news is you got the 1st down running it there on 2nd and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the 4th quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Handoff to the single running back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll take a shot. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over and move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Quarterback checking off. Comes out throwing on first down. Wide open downfield. Off he goes. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Canes. What a grab and go for the score. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And they did tack on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Deacons want to crank the tempo. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Now, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Looking to buy time. He'll pull it down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Offense in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take...
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Looking for room, it's Cruz. Give him 114 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. And the Canes in the hurry-up. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Stanford managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. And they'll savor this one in Palo Alto for some time, no matter the final score. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
He's got it. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days.
Fires one high and deep. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just